frequency there by accident.
Roger. Yeah, you seem to have a lot going on there, but certainly the Kenwood is sounding great, like I say, and good audio. Just fired up my camera here, and I'm going to do a VideoGate of our conversation. I want to let you know my personal here is Andy, Alpha November Delta Yankee, and as we mentioned previous, we're here in Western Newfoundland in Canada here. Back to you, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Roger, well, you got Jim back here, like I said, in Lake True, Pennsylvania, 429, and I'll tell you what, like I said, I wish there was some way I could record yours to get you back to you there, too. I mean, that thing sounds beautiful there.
Yes, well, I got to say, I've been using CB radios since the early 1980s, when, you know, back in the day, and I've had a lot of radios through the years, and some good radios. And the last radio that I was using, that I had online besides this Snake Radio Customs Cobra 2000, was a 2510. I actually have two of them, President 2510s, and both of them, you know, that was my go-to radios for sure, for talking skip and local. And once I got this radio from Tim in Arizona, I've put all the other radios away. The audio receive here is incredible, so it just sounds, it sounds, I guess, as much as what like a ham radio would sound. And apparently he did a really fine job in setting it up, because that's all I get is flowered reports.
Well, you didn't have that by chance. I've seen a lot of it on the internet now. A lot of people are changing the channel selector. They're putting one in and it has like a little frequency counter in it, and like it's a little VSO there.
Well, what I have here in this radio is it's like a 10-turn clarifier. The actual channel is the channel switch is the same, but there is a channel board in there. I think it's made by Lescom. Lescom, I believe, is the name, and it's installed, of course. So it goes just a little bit below channel 1, and it goes just into the 28 megahertz band. And but yeah, no, the frequency counter is the same, but it's been changed out. You'll be able to see the video. I'll post this on my YouTube. I'll give you the YouTube channel name in a bit there, and you'll be able to see exactly what's going on here. It's all done with lights, and it's got all the bells and whistles. It's certainly a pleasure to look at and to use.
It sounds really nice there. I'd like to redo mine, like I said. I'm probably there now that I'm retired and everything. I may get into doing mine soon. I don't want to give any of mine. I have trouble giving up my radios. I was just telling guys the other day, I said, I have a pile sitting here, and I said, I just have a hard time getting rid of them. Then when I do get rid of one, I end up buying two more.
Roger that. I haven't had any urge to buy another radio, to be honest with you. I've seen some beautiful radios that they have out now, and but you know, the old school is typically better. And the prime example is that Kenwood you have there, that 480, and similar ones, similar radios. I mean, that's just fantastically built radios that are, you know, if you know how to set them up properly and maintain them, you're going to have it for 3 or 4 generations.
Didn't do much more to it, and we were saying about the 2510, and that was probably one of my first good radios I actually bought back in, I want to say, when they first come out, I bought one. My cousin bought a 2950, and I had just picked up a 2510 there just before Christmas.
Yeah, roger that. I hear you. I like the radio. It's well laid out. You know, that's one thing I liked about it, and it's not too big. It performed very well, and it was relatively easy to do a bit of work onto it as a kind of a newbie, kind of a technician, you'd say, or you know, that can do a little bit of repair, so you could actually do a bit of work to it. And yeah, very impressed. I had similar radios, like the 2950, I think it was, yeah, 2950, which I didn't fussy so much, but it was a popular radio. And I had another one, an Emperor, I believe, was. Can't remember the exact name of it, but it was a similar radio to the 2510. But when I came across these radios, the 2510s, that was my go-to until I landed this Cobra 2000.
Yeah, that 2510 I had that one. Oh my God, I had my first one I had for, it seemed like forever. And then I ended up selling it to a buddy of mine because I wasn't really into, I got away from the radio kind of a little bit because the way I was working, and kind of regret getting rid of that one. But anyways, I found this one here a while back, and that was always one of my favorite radios. I mean, they're just a great radio. And then I had one of those Emperors, and I sold it to a buddy of mine that talks actually on his up on 365 usually with us. He's down in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, and I'll tell you what, everybody compliments him on that Emperor too. I mean, it is a good sounding radio.
Yes, and if I recall, the Emperor radio that we're speaking of, the only thing I didn't like about it, and I don't know if I could have changed it, I never did Google it or research it to see if I could change it, but it seemed like the bands kind of went all different ways. Instead of climbing like incrementally, like numerically, it seemed like the bands would flip, like you go from channel A to G or E, and it would be all over the place, and you wouldn't be able to figure out, unless you had a frequency counter, exactly where you were to.
Was unlocked?
No, it's just I think the way mine was, I don't know if maybe the 11 meter wasn't opened up properly on the radio, because I know it's a 10 meter radio, but it seemed like it would jump, instead of going like 26 to 27, it would jump from 24 to 26 and go back to 25, and then it was something odd about it that I didn't like, and I always had to be watching where I was too.
Yeah, that one of mine, from what I can remember on it, actually, I just set it on one band there, and then I would just change the selector. I turned it on the selector on it, but it was already modified when I bought it, and that was another one. Like I said, that was one of the ones that got away from me. There was a friend of mine. He was retired military and did communications in the military, and he wanted to get back into radio. And he was up one day, and he just liked that radio, and he asked me, and I said, I really don't want to sell because they're hard to find. And I said, you know what? I said, I'll have to take it down and use it for a while. And then I said, you know what? If you want it, I'll just sell it to you.
Yeah, roger that. I hear you. I have a collection of sideband radios here, and I've been on occasion wanting to kind of offload them for a good price and get other radios, but it's certainly, when it comes down to the point of selling, I get cold feet. But anyway, Jim, I'd love to speak further and have this conversation further with you. Maybe we could do this another time, but I have to soon get going. I have another commitment there in about another 20 minutes. But I wanted to let you know where you could find this VideoGate this evening once I get it uploaded on my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel name is my personal name, and that's Andy Tobin. Say again, Andy Tobin. That's Tango, Oscar, Bravo, India, November. If that's difficult to find, it's also under the name Tobin Industrial. Once I conclude this conversation with you, I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel. That'll take a bit of time, perhaps within the hour. And you can drop by, leave a comment if you can, and we can communicate through there and make contact through the coming days, weeks, and months, and years.
That sounds wonderful. It was a pleasure talking with you there, and I appreciate all the info and things, and hopefully we get to talk again there. Like I said, normally we monitor 36 at night when it's not real crazy on there, and then other channels we're on is 41 and 44, so if you're up around the band and you hear us in there, make sure you get in there and give us a holler.
I certainly will do that, Jim, and thank you for the invitation, sir. I'll be listening in as soon as I can. I'm making note of that now, so I'll know, and that'll be something I'll be looking forward to. 9 Tango Charlie 02. This is Newfoundland, Canada. We're clear at Jim in Pennsylvania, the 429. Thank you so much for the conversation, sir. It's been my pleasure. God bless you, and happy DXing.
Right back at you there. It's been a real pleasure, Andy. Have a super fine one. 429 Jim up here in the Keystone. I'm going to wave my hand at you and hope you the best of luck there.